right tonight? Alright, y'all all right tonight? Alright, good. I'm excited because I haven't seen our feature in a long time. Y'all give it up for her for being here tonight. What we try to do here is we try to give a poet or an artist an opportunity to showcase their art. Most times at an open mic, you only get to do one piece. So you look at me and you say he does love poems, or he's a radical poet, or he's a whatever. But when you get to feature, you get to see a variety, a cross-section of that artist's work. And that's what I pride myself on, is I've created an opportunity for poets to be featured and paid for their work. Now, we can't pay them enough, so we put a tip jar out here. If they say something you like or that moves you in any way, feel free to tip those artists, okay? With that being said, I'm gonna do two things tonight. I don't normally do that. I'm gonna do a piece that I wrote for the city that was commissioned by the poet laureate, Deborah Mouton, for Sylvester Turner. All that good stuff. They videotaped it and all that. It was for the neighborhood that I grew up close to or in, which is 5th Ward in the north side. So they contacted me to write about that. So I wrote this 1-minute piece, and I want to practice it on you tonight. So the aftermath of Harvey. For those that don't know, I suffered greatly from Harvey the flood. But by the help of the Creator and all the neighbors and my friends, I'm doing well. So mentally, physically, and spiritually. So I'm still down here in Houston, and I'm still Houston strong. So it goes like this. Wade in the water, wade in the water, brothers, wade in the water. God is gonna trouble the water. I hail to you from 5th Ward, Texas, the dirty South, the Third Coast, the hood, the bloody nickel, where the people are real, not fickle, where they still go to church on Sunday because they believe in God, where the blocks stay hot and some say we got it all. 5th Ward, this neighborhood that I call home, was first founded by former slaves. And if you don't believe me, check the headstones in the graves. 5th Ward, a place where our people have done so much with so little for so long that we're now qualified to do almost anything, including walking on water. Look at all this water. It's rising above my head, but I'm not afraid because just like the people before me, I have learned to walk on water. And this is the place that my feet find home. This is the neighborhood that my heart finds a sense of pride and joy. This, whether it's Houston's heat or Harvey's high water, you'll find me standing strong, and my voice is still rising here in Houston, Black Snow.
Yeah!
I'm gonna do a classic piece that I know Onae likes this poem, so I'm gonna do this for her. A lot of people like this poem. I like the poem because it has a happy ending. So many times, man, you don't get to hear anything positive or happy, and some days I just want to hear something positive. And here's a positive story. It's called Miss Johnson. It's loosely based on a true story. For those that don't know me, Black Snow. Take the word blacks and now put it together, you get me, Black Snow. So I wrote from the hood. I grew up in the hood, but they call it the hood, but I don't call it the hood. You know, it's just my neighborhood. It just happened to be a little poorer than some people's neighborhood, but it still was a neighborhood where people believed in each other and knew each other and helped each other. If you do something wrong, his mama whooped your ass and their mama whooped your ass. It was a neighborhood. But I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that. So, with that being said, I'm going to do this poem called Miss Johnson. It goes like this. And I dedicate this to all the single mothers out there. Any single moms out there? Okay, single mothers. I dedicate this to the single mothers out there. It says she's gonna lay down her burdens down by the riverside, Lord. She's gonna lay down her burdens down by the riverside, Lord, down by the riverside. Now, Miss Johnson was raising 3 boys all alone. You see, her husband is long since been gone. But every now and then, he would call on the phone, but never would he send any money home. So Miss Johnson had to work hard, 2 jobs, kept her faith in God, and some days just to make ends meet, it got really hard. But you see, she get up early every day, and she get those 3 boys ready for school and on their way. And then she make her way to catch the bus. Now those boys love their mom ever so dear. They never gave her much fuss, always dreaming of moving mom to a big house, constantly doing the best that they could do with what they had to do it with. Miss Johnson and her boys ain't know the meaning to quit. Now y'all listen close, cause this story is true about a family that was raised by 1, not 2. Now some nights they had to have breakfast for dinner, eggs, oatmeal, bacon, and grits, but those boys never got dinner. And as those boys began to grow older, they developed some thick thighs and some broad shoulders, and they would take Miss Johnson and they would hold her and console her, letting her know that everything was going to be all right, but still they could hear her crying as she fell on her knees to pray at night, saying, Lord, please take the pain away, take the strain away. I got boys to feed, Lord, please help me make it just one more day. Then she would pull her tired body in the bed, and she'd be fast asleep as soon as her pillow touched her head. Now God was listening to her, and he answered her prayers one and all. You see, those boys grew strong and tall, 1 and all, and they played ball. The oldest played baseball, and the middle boy, he played basketball. And that baby boy, he played football. And they all 3 were good in school. You see, that was Miss Johnson's #1 rule in athletics and academics. They all 3 excel. That's why this story about Miss Johnson, I'm compelled to tell. You see, this is the story of Miss Johnson and her 3 boys. This is the story of Miss Johnson and her 3 boys who at Christmas time didn't even get toys. This is the story of Miss Johnson and her 3 boys who raised themselves from the ghetto to become stars. You see, at 18 years old, the oldest with good grades and a strong arm, that kid had scholarship offers from Texas to UConn. But neglecting Miss Johnson's #1 rule about school, he elected to turn pro. You see, Miss Johnson didn't know how hard he could throw. With a major league contract and a signing bonus that was fat, that boy brought Miss Johnson a brand new white Cadillac and a house on the hill so that she could retire, only to work again if her heart so desired it. That wasn't good enough. With the help of the oldest, that baby boy became the coldest football star in the NFL. And I'm happy to report that Miss Johnson and her 3 boys are doing just swell. So this is for all of my single mothers out there who may be feeling hopeless and full of despair. I just want you to know to fall on your knees and pray at night, because God does answer prayer. Just ask Miss Johnson and her 3 boys, Black Snow.